Hey everyone, welcome. It's your friend KJ of the KJB Effect. Glad to have you this week. As always, please make sure that you're subscribing and that you like the videos and tell your friends too. Thank you so much for doing that. So it's winter time, almost, not officially, but it's cold for a lot of people. And what I want to know from you what's your favorite comfort food to cook for yourself or your family, during the cold months? So make sure that you tell me in the chat. What I'm going to tell you is mine and the recipe. So I hope that you will love this. I love a good vegetable soup or stew. Just depends on how much liquid you put in it. But that's what I love to have. My household, we love vegetables. And if it's in a soup or a stew, even better. Crock pots are your best friends. So if you don't have one, please make sure that you get one. This is the best time of year to buy one because everything's on sale. Whether you missed Black Friday or not, it's still the holiday season and everything is still on sale. So make sure that you look up a crock pot, at least I would say 6 to 8 quarts. That's a good size, especially if you have a larger family or you're wanting to make a larger quantity. Maybe you freeze some so that you have it for later. So that's what I would suggest, about 6 to 8 quarts. So I'm going to give you the recipe that I use. It's not really a recipe. It's just me telling you what I put in the crock pot. The crock pot is so easy, you all. It's just set it and leave it for a good 6 to 8 hours. So that's why I love to use it. But what I like to do is put about maybe a tablespoon of olive oil, avocado oil at the bottom of it. And then I'll add spices. I'll just do a little bit of sea salt, pepper, oregano, rosemary, all of those type of spices, a little thyme. That will go into the bottom. And then I love to start layering. So do you love greens? I love any type of greens. I love kale, collards. I recently purchased last week at the grocery store and used it in my stew last week. It was a mixture of collards, mustard, and turnip greens. So any type of greens, I love to layer those. The great thing about it now, when you go in grocery shopping, they have those bags that are already chopped for you. So you don't have to buy the fresh ones and chop it all yourself if that's not what you want to do or you don't have time. Just purchase a bag of it. So I like to put that at the bottom and then I start layering on top of that. So I love butternut squash, and they also chop that up for you and have it in cubes, as well as sweet potatoes. So I'll put those in and then I just start layering from there. You can use canned or frozen vegetables, or again fresh if you have the time. I like beans, so I usually do navy, pinto, or northern beans. I pick 2 of them and I put them in. And then I also like carrots, so I usually do canned carrots that are sliced. Love, love, love those. Sounds good already. And then I will put like a little bit of onion in, whether it's fresh or frozen. I'll use either or, and corn. Then I like to use the can of petite diced tomatoes. So I usually go with that bigger can. But I mean, again, you can go with the smaller can, good, but I usually like the bigger can. And then I will use vegetable broth. Now, if you love chicken, use it. But I love vegetable broth. I purchased the carton of it. So that's about 32 ounces, which is the equivalent of 4 cups. So I add that in, and then I take 2 cups of water and put it in. That will kind of give me a little bit more of like a stew base. If you want it to be a little bit more soup, soupy, let's say, just add maybe 2 more cups. So you'll have 8 cups of liquid instead of 6. So again, play with it and just get it to the consistency that you love. We love either or, it really doesn't matter. And again, you can't go wrong with it. So just play with it. But that's my base of it. You can also, if you love to have maybe rice, You could add brown rice, or you could add barley, quinoa. Then you can also add meat to it if you want to. Shredded chicken. Just grab a rotisserie chicken and shred it up and throw it in there. You can take turkey sausage. You could saute it in the pan first, like cut it up in little cubes, saute it in the pan and then add it. Or you can just dice it up, throw it in there and let it cook the whole time. But your house is going to smell so good. It's just a great home cooked meal, and it's comfort. It's warmth, it's comfort. It's just been cooking all day. Your family thinks that you've done this, massive thing, but it's so great, and it makes lunches during the week. So that's also a good thing to do. Now, toppings. What do you like to put on top? You could almost, if you're making like a stew, you could take a little shredded cheese and put it on top. I love crispy onions. When I go to the store, I don't buy the brand name. I just buy like the store-bought brand of crispy onions, and I will get like 6 or 8 bags at a time. I love them. They go on top of every super stew that I make. They taste so good. They're not a lot of calories or carbs, but they have a lot of flavor and that little crunch. So if you have not tried those little crispy onions, please, for me, make sure that you try those. I promise you'll love them. And then also, you could add croutons on top. So play with your super stew, but that is my go-to. So I will definitely put what I use in the description. And again, I would love to hear from you in the chat. What is your go-to for your family, for your comfort meal for the winter time? Can't wait to hear from you. And I will talk to you again soon. Happy holidays to you and yours. This is a great time of year, as I always say. I'm again in sequins, in big hair, in makeup. So, happy holidays to you. I hope you enjoy, and I can't wait to see you again soon.